this is what I worked on my little sketchbook that I bought. I bought these little books at Michael's when I went on my trip, and they're mixed media papers on the book, and they're very expensive here, but I found that at half off there, so I bought two, and they're this little mixed media. It's not focusing. By Canson, and this is actually, that's the size of it, and it's not spiral bound, so I thought I'd try that because my spiral binding keeps to tear off. I mean, the pages tear off after I start layering things on top of them. So I want to work with this and see how it works out. I wanted to try that paper out, and I wanted to try some stamps that I had received that from an order that I placed online. So the first stamp that I worked on was this one, and it's from Stampin' V. Let me see if I can focus that. Can you see that? Stampin' V. And she's called Little Rose. And then I also got this other one. Isn't he adorable? I just love these stamps. Love them. Look at that little butterfly boy. And it's also from the same brand, and he's called Simon Papillon. And that's, I believe that's butterfly in French. And then I got this one that I haven't worked with yet. Isn't she cute? Look at her with a short dress and the purse, and she has a bunny and her boots. So this is probably the next one that I'm going to be working on. So I got those three, and I started working on the first two yesterday. So I stamped the first one onto the page. Isn't she beautiful? Look at her. So I colored her with Copic markers and the Letraset Pro markers, and I placed her on the page, and then I created a scene for her. I painted some grass with acrylic paints, and I added some sequence flowers that have liquid pearls in the centers. And on her, I put some glossy accents on her eyes and some liquid pearls on her little flower up there, and some glossy accents on the little birdies. And then I also painted the sky with some clouds, and this is all acrylics. So it's kind of a mixed media, but it's very clean and serene, and I just feel, I look at her and I feel inspired to create. She looks so relaxed. So that's the first one that I worked on, and then I worked on this other one with the other image that I got. Isn't he adorable? I love him. I love, 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 love him. So same thing, I used the Copics and the Letraset Pro markers, and then I added some glossy accents to his wings. And he's lying on like a bed of leaves that I created using this die cut by Sizzix that I've had for a really long time. I use these two sizes, and I just got 3 different pattern papers from different stacks, and I cut those leaves out in those 2 sizes, and I added some Copic marker to like the vines, or whatever you call those, veins, or, and then the background is acrylic paint and liquid pearls for the stars, and this little piece here is a wood piece that I painted and made it into a moon. And all of this is just, I cut them, I bent them a little bit, I bent them in half, and then I bent them backwards, and then I started doing the little cluster with my hot glue gun. And then when I was done with all the little bed of leaves, I glued him on top of all of that. And then I glued this last one to cover his wing a little bit. So those are the 2 little scenes that I created on this book yesterday. I don't know, it's already pretty dimensional, so I don't know if I'm going to have to tear the papers off and glue them onto maybe my big journal later on, or what I'll do, but I was inspired to work on these 2. This is what came out, and it's still open because I was drawing last night, so we'll see. I think I'm gonna fill this little book up with like things like this, little images that I create scenes for, and that way I'll practice and work with different techniques, and then I can use those in my projects as inspiration to do other things. So I don't know if I explained myself well on that one, but you get my idea. I just I wanted to feel the freedom of doing something without having to do it for something specific, and just get creative with the little images. And then there are just different things that I can use for other projects afterwards as I see the different things combined together and how they work. And yeah, so that's what I worked on yesterday. And I think I worked on one other thing, and let me see if I can find that. This one, I bought this book. I don't know if it was TJ Maxx. I think it was TJ Maxx, but it's called Draw, Inspire, Create. And this it's like a little, sort of like a smash book, because it has like little prompts for you to draw and try different like creative things on it. And I tell you, I was on a roll yesterday. I did all those 2 pieces. I created this here, and then so I started with this page. It just has a couple of circles on it, and it tells you to fill the page with circles and come up with a pattern. So I had like this one and maybe like this one here, and then I just added more circles to it. So that's the page that I worked on yesterday after I did those 2 pieces. And then see, the next page is fill it up with squares, so that'll be the next one that I work on. But I didn't feel like doing that yesterday, so I took another page that I felt like working on, because I didn't want to think too much after I had done all those pieces. Let me see if I can find the other page that I worked on last night. And it's fun because it just gets your creativity flowing, and you don't have to think too much about it. This is the one. So this page comes like that with eyes, and then it says draw some monsters, and it includes this one. So I had the eyes already printed like that, and I just filled some doodling monsters around it. And that's what I ended up adding to that page, and I have to keep on adding monsters to the other one. So I'll probably do that today or whenever. This is just like one of those books that you just grab and not think too much about and just play around. So this is another fun thing that I worked on yesterday. So that was my long Saturday, and hopefully it's gonna be a productive Sunday, because I want to work on this piece between today and tomorrow. So I have that already done to start my journal, and who knows, maybe I'll be inspired enough to add my first little piece. I can already add that butterfly mixed media to it, because I have no limits on how thick it's going to be, or since I don't have it bound together yet, I can add anything to it that I want. So that's going to give me some freedom on working on whatever I feel like working at the moment, and just adding that to that big creative journal. So I hope you liked what I had to share with you today. Hope you join me as I keep exploring this and learning as I go. And yeah, hugs and kisses, everyone. Thanks so much for watching and for listening to me. And I hope to be back very soon. So bye bye for now. Besitos to everyone, and take care. And remember to check out the video for the giveaway and the challenge for my mixed media or my romantic, shabby chic, or what was it, romantic, shabby chic, or vintage albums. And I hope many of you join and I can get to see your creations. Okay, so take care, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Bye. Happy Sunday.